Hello, it's me again. Welcome to week one, day one of week one of learning how to animate for a whole month. And so today we're just going to be studying fun little study session. Also, second camera for better angles. Production value went up a whole $2. But before I start studying, we have to look at the programs that I'm going to be using. I honestly don't know. So the first one that I was looking at was Clip Studio Paint Pro, which is pretty much like the standard go-to for animation usually that I see. So I was thinking about using that, but thing is so there's Clip Studio Paint Pro and then there's Clip Studio Paint EX. And the difference between the two of them, with Paint Pro, it's only 24 frames. And then with EX, there's a lot more frames available, but it's super expensive. I don't want to pay money. Like, it's like, how much is it? It's like $200. And I'm like, I don't want to spend $200 on a program that I may or may not use frequently. So the Clip Studio Pro, the thing is, I don't want to just use the 24 frames because it's gonna be very gappy instead of having it be one full linear like timeline. If I do 24 frames, I'm gonna have to break it up bit by bit and then combine them all together, and I'm afraid it's gonna look choppy, and that's not exactly what I want. So I probably won't use Pro. My other option is Blender, which is free, but just the interface is a little intimidating. It's definitely something that I'm gonna have to get used to, but it's free, so no money. Blender might be the go-to. Along with Blender also being free, there's also OpenTunes, and OpenTunes is a software that I've honestly never heard of before until I started doing research based on like animation programs. So I mean, it looks terrifying. OpenTunes, you terrify me in ways that I cannot truly express. I'm so scared. But it is also the same animation program that Studio Ghibli uses. I think I'm pronouncing that. Studio Ghibli doesn't matter. It's the same program that they use for their animation, and I'm kind of like, ugh. They probably won't use OpenTunes. So I think Blender might have to be our best option currently at the time of recording, which is the 30th of November. The Studio Paint Pro, just like the regular one, is only like $25. So I might buy that, but I probably won't use it for this project. I'm probably just gonna stick with Blender just because it's cheaper. So I realized I didn't do a very good job explaining what my concept was in the first video. So now we're gonna do it. We're doing it now.
Hi. I realized I didn't do a good job explaining my story at all. So we're gonna do a very loose diagram using Kaiba here as our boy, for example. So the story that I wanted to do was a boy, Kaiba right here, is confessing his feelings to this girl, and the girl is just kind of like, she's like, actually, I don't really like you. Yeah, gross. And then she goes away. And then the whole film is just gonna be about the boy, like the processes of the Hanahaki disease and how the disease like overcompasses the body and everything that he's going through, and just like slowly like trying to show the audience like what this would feel like, pretty much, and just the process of everything. Yeah, that's honestly this is really just about it. I just didn't really explain it. Okay, let's get back to it.
Here I am, hour 30 later. For the most part, all of my notes. Oh, but a good set of notes done and ready. Some of this I kind of already knew a little bit, surprisingly, except for like the technical terms and stuff, but like for the most part, like storyboarding and like, you know, getting the general gist of stuff I kind of already knew. To do a little bit of practice in Blender just so I can get the interface right. I'll be back. Back again. Finished my animation test. It's not great. I don't like Blender at all. Surprise, surprise. Awful program. I'm kidding, but no, it's not. It's very, very hard to use. Here, let me show you what I got. So this, the pen isn't my favorite. You could really see on the first, on the first like frame how hard I tried on that eye. You could really see, and then you go to like the next frame and it's just bold lines because I got very lazy. So this frame compared to this frame, two different. It's not consistent. It's two different eyes. The onion layer effect is not the greatest thing. Like maybe it's just because I'm not used to it, but I might have to do this all in Clip Studio Paint, which I just bought for $25 on Cyber Monday. A lot of trials and tribulations is gonna happen with this one. I really didn't want to do Clip Studio Paint just because of I'll have to break everything. It only go up to 24 frames, so I'm gonna piece everything together. That's gonna be a bit of a pain, but probably it might be best for what I want this thing to look like. So maybe it'll work out. But yeah, no, Blender sucks. Don't like it at all. But that's gonna be the end of the first day. I got a lot of stuff done. Question mark. Yeah, that's gonna be it. I'll see you tomorrow. Day 2 of week 1. I just got home from work like 20 minutes ago, but I'm so tired. I'm gonna focus on Clip Studio because learning that I absolutely suck at Blender, not ideal. Also already, you know, it's fine. I think Clip Studio Paint might be the best go-to as I'm looking at it right now, just for animation, just because I practiced with it a little bit. Like I tried like the free trial like months ago, like literally at the peak start of quarantine. Take me back. I just started practicing some animation just so I could be better at it and know exactly what I'm doing. So, all right, see you guys at 2 a.m. most likely.
One eternity later.
It is currently going to 4 a.m. Let me just show you what I've got done so far. Oops, that was my finger. I'm so sorry. Oh no, that's still my finger. I'm so sorry. This is what I got done so far. So this would have taken me a lot. This would have taken me about as long, but I goofed because I'm an idiot and I did everything on the wrong. Here, I could just show you. I did everything on the wrong on the wrong timeline. So basically, you see how like I did my in-between frames on a different timeline, not realizing that I can't combine them. And yeah, I was crying a little bit, but it's fine, it's cool. I fixed it because now we have this. Hold on, and now we have this, which, oh, hold on, we gotta play. There we go, which looks a lot better. My main thing might be the amount of frames that I'm limited to. I really underestimated how little 24 frames is, so I really don't want to use Blender because I
hate Blender, so we're gonna. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna see what I can do. Okay, that's gonna be it for day 2. Technically, the next day is day 3, but it's okay because we're gonna forget about that. All right, so we're moving along. It is so late.
So remember when I said I was gonna bring you guys along to see the trials and tribulations with this project? Well, this is the start of that. So at the beginning, I was just kind of busy with, streaming, hanging out with people, talking, and everything, kind of just doing everything but this project. And honestly, the reason was because I was terrified. This is such a big project, and I was limited with the amount of frames that I have, and I was doing everything in my power to avoid it until I realized that I made this promise to myself. So I got to work. I sat down and I started conceptualizing everything and making sure that I conquer all of the fears that I was avoiding. So I didn't know what I wanted this to look like exactly. Like, I had an idea in my head, but I didn't really piece everything together. And I think that was one of the reasons why I was so scared to even work on this. I did everything to avoid doing this because I was terrified. I'm terrified of failure. And when I'm not, and like with my past, failures with all the other projects, if I'm not good at something off the bat, I kind of quit. And that's something that I'm really just trying to work on. So I sat down and I started drawing out what I wanted each frame to look like. So as we're going to see here, this is what the first frame is going to look like. It's basically me trying to map out his mouth and what he's going to say. And then right over here is how I want his, like the directions of how I want his eyes to go. And then, I put all of that into Clip Studio Paint and I got to work. And honestly, it was terrifying. It was daunting. I was so scared. I didn't think it was going to be good at all. Honestly, I really did doubt myself. But, I think you kind of, as an artist, like as artists do, it's like we kind of never want to give ourselves credit that we have the capability and the skill set to get anything done if we just put our minds to it. And I kind of had to talk myself out of these negative thoughts that I usually always have. And I feel like other artists can relate to it. It's like I'm my own biggest critic. I'm a weird perfectionist when it comes to my art, and I'm trying to like be a little bit more kinder to myself and just understand that not every thing that I see in my head is going to come out perfectly. Sometimes it's gonna be like okay, sometimes it's gonna be the bare minimum. So I wanted to do this like messy little like test practice to be like, okay, can I actually do this? Can I put in the work? Like, is this, big, very bold project something that I can do? And as we're gonna see here with the final project, I think I did a pretty good job. I'm actually pretty proud of myself and everything that I did. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and my little thoughts and how I view things. And yeah, hopefully you guys are still along with this journey for me. So thank you.